Injury Reserve just dropped a new record by the time I get to Phoenix. Gonna check it out right now. Remember, it's uncut on the Patreon. Subscribe if you're new. Let's go.
Oh, you wanna be in the middle, huh? You wanna see what we have in common? Yeah. Take a seat, sit right across from me. Don't sit behind him. So you could just stalk him proudly. Let's cut all that bullshit. What's that wall with the caulking? Macaulay Culkin, you better step with caution around him. Get out the yellow tape, you get ready to talk it out loud. Cause they pass about to start stalking on Riley. Get tall, about to stalk on Riley. Get the talking to Riley. That ain't possible. It's just some things. It's just some things that ain't right. We gotta be honest with ourselves. And you're noggin. We cannot end this with an agree to disagree.
God, no, I haven't said anything yet, but this is obviously a very strange start to a record. I don't know how much this record is going to be about the member that passed, Jordan Groggs. I have heard previous music. I have heard the previous album. I know some people that I mentioned when I was going to do this on Twitter were saying, oh, you need to listen to the previous album. I have listened to that in my own time. So I'm kind of aware of their sound and aware of what they do. But I don't know if that track was even a reference to that, talking about the elephant in the room. I'm not sure. Certainly, it's a very bold way to start an album. Okay. Oh, this reminds me I should do some more Death Grips reactions. I've only done the one on the channel, and that was ages ago, and I always meant to go back and do more. This sound definitely makes me think I should go back and do more.
Yeah. Ain't no saving me, ain't no saving me, oh yeah. Ain't no saving me.
It's not exactly Kid Leroy, is it?
I can feel them on bones, then I strip what they own. I just saw that you grown, every part that you show. You see when you sit to the pit, I read what you sow. You can choose your ones who know, but that's how that shit go. Yeah.
This sounds like a track from Donda if you sent it through the internet from 1998 and it just came out the other side, like the modem noise that used to come out. I mean, what on earth am I hearing? Possible to catch hold of, but I kind of like that. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I think I like that. It was very weird, but I like that. Okay, where are we going now? Grunge? I like this kind of grunge comeback that's happening at the moment.
Really feel like that. If I will wear some shit like that. Supposed to be there, we ain't supposed to live in it. It ain't supposed to live in it. Stone hard to move 'em, wrong hard to prove 'em. On the crater, on the low, watching home movies. Where they change the time up, where they 440 to it. It's because the world be going through it. I ain't going through that. You can't just force me through it, shit.
Imagine grabbing the aux and putting this on at a party and just sitting back and watching the world burn.
You just working for this. Plus you gonna get vetted and probably take your credit, so probably just forget it,
Do you know, I needed some fucking crazy music in my life. Everything's been a bit too simple, a bit too formulaic recently. Actually, that's not fair. Donda isn't formulaic. But I needed something fucked up. So this is working for me, definitely. Forgive me if I don't get the meanings behind every song first time. I mean, it's quite a lot. Jesus, okay. We're all in on this one. Footwork in a Forest Fire is a great title. Okay, this is so far the most challenging record that I've heard this year. Certainly that I've heard on video this year, and I think that I've heard overall this year.
Stop, drop, and roll. As pause, high roll. They say they 10 toes, but you just wallow with your toes. They say you fell for the spot, how you roll. This that glow world. Let's see how you go world. We can try to.
That rolling percussion starts to get under your skin after a while, so it takes you to almost like a hypnotic place while the vocals are doing what they're doing, and then the crazy ad libs and everything else, all the effects are just like rattling off the inside of your head. This track might be too weird to even get my head around, to be honest. It's so difficult to grab a hold of. I mean, we'll see on 10th listen. If I get through that many listens to this album, this isn't necessarily one to throw on a nice sunny day. We don't have many sunny days left, so. Okay, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Tell you what, you ain't gonna see No Life Shaq reacting to this one. Alright, you know you're here for a reason. I mean, there's challenging and there's that was definitely on the borderline of just absolute noise chaos. But we move.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a pop one? Little pop song?
Got a stiff arm a few niggas. Ground zero. Got a ground zero. Oh man, I don't care if I'm sleeping. CeeLo with it. Get a preload with it. Sign a prenup. You need those niggas. It'll preload, nigga. I didn't know them. I don't need those niggas. Be a ground zero with it. Be a ground zero. You fucking ass black. Ground zero with it. Nigga, I got the mask bust down. Got the
I mean, this sounds like the depth of paranoia. You can almost tie it into the depth of like pandemic paranoia. I don't know if I'm just reaching there, something to do with the ground zero repeated refrain, but again, it's not Kid Laroi, is it? We're not having a jaunty little time over here. Sanitize, there you go. Mental. I mean, what was that noise at the end? That sounded like a printer getting stuck. What the hell is going on, guys? I love the fact that I can react to music like this on this channel. Listen, some videos are going to get 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 views, and that's amazing, and they prop up the channel. And some videos like this, well, I mean, in an ideal world, it will get hundreds of thousands of views. They certainly have the fans for that, but do you know what? Sometimes you just got to do the stuff that keeps this world interesting, that keeps this musical thing interesting. I don't even know if I like this record yet. It's too fucking weird to tell at this time, but I like the fact that I can react to something that challenges me, that makes me think, that takes my brain to different places. Do you know what I mean? To be stuck in a loop of just doing I've got nothing wrong with pop music and mainstream music. You know me, I like all that shit. Well, moments in it anyway. But to just do that on a channel, I'd lose my mind, man. I'd lose my mind. So that's a lesson to us all, I think. If you're doing social media, you can't fixate too much just on the views, on the numbers. Listen, of course, you have to get reach and numbers and do big things and like following and all that sort of stuff. Of course, you have to do that stuff. And hopefully you can enjoy that side of it as well. But if you're not doing the stuff that really challenges you, that pushes you, actually saying that, I think it would be more challenging for me to listen to the Youngboy album than this, if I'm being really honest with you. Oh, the literal sound of a panic attack. Excellent.
Stop playing with the smoke don't clear. Stop playing with the smoke. They got a plan shit, but I don't know. Stop playing with the smoke don't clear.
I got my hands out with plenty more ahead. What was your pants out? We got some shit right here. Strap up your own volume up here. Move out, move, go ahead, build you a crib. I got my own, never clear.
Little pullback. Weirdly, this is one of the more like palatable and engaging tracks on the record. It actually sounds a bit more like normal music, but it doesn't, does it? I mean, it doesn't. Definitely some Kid A vibes to this track. Sounds like Don Toliver.
I seen that shit working like nothing ever happened. I go to power on, I see your shit still happening. Yeah. I felt lost, but a hole like this I never could imagine. Your pattern still in place, algorithm still in action.
Okay, I'm assuming that this track is about Groggs, right? It definitely seems that way, and it has a mournful sound to it. And he's talking about seeing his sister. I'm not 100% sure, but that's certainly how it feels. That's what I'm getting from it.
We won't give up. He loves just like you, he doesn't like you. Look across the table, I see a lot more than what appears to be a shadow. He walks across the room, I see a lot more than seems to be patterns. I scan the room, I see bits and pieces of you scattered. It's those same patterns that gon' get us through the next chapter. Your blood run through this home and your habits do much after.
This song's fucking amazing, man. The algorithm, how the algorithm is still right, that the imagery that it's conjuring up as well as the specifics. It's a brilliant, brilliant track. The instrumental is crazy. It's super evocative.
Just working so you can just jump right back in. But you ain't jumping back. Yeah, just run it back.
Sounds like a fucking fly. Also has the kind of church organ sound buried in there under a million filters. Crazy track. It's very powerful. Very powerful track.
Can you hear me now?
It's the Wild Wild West out here. Gotta stay on your P's and Q's. Out here.
Man, it's like corrupted grunge, like digitally corrupted grunge now.
Gotta stay on your P's and Q's. Yeah. It's the Wild Wild West out here. I'm Willie Smith. It's Willie Smith. Well, tell him again. It's the Wild Wild West. I'm Willie Smith with the Inspector Gadget. Got the 5G. We putting towers up everywhere. 5G. High speed. It's Willie Smith with the Inspector Gadget.
It's Willie Smith with the Inspector Gadget. Yeah, I'm known rare with the intergalactic.
Patrick, my got the horses moving. All you do it. AI, Cybertruck, you run them through them. The talk, same color as Willie Walker's movement. God,
I'll be all you humans.
Is this thing on?
Okay. Okay.
Don't you know I have my arms open? Soak it all in, postpartum. Let's go hard, and we all in, nigga, we all in. I was talking, jogging, we was posted on the wall while our seat was wildin'. Word,
Check it, yeah. I was hurting from birthing niggas. Shit,
Okay.
got into my mental, yeah. All these little lowercase t's on instrumentals, oh please. But see, why am I salty? Shit, I should be honored, yeah. But now they running laps around me. See, that's the problem, you see. I'm just doing my thing.
Every time you feel like you're getting into a groove with it, every time you feel like it's going to follow your own expectations, it throws it somewhere else completely. I have no idea what I think about this record. I admire it, definitely. There's definitely been large parts of it that I've really enjoyed. There's large parts that I'm kind of very confused and kind of lost in, but who wouldn't be? It's not like this is a record. This ain't pop music. It really isn't. But wow, I mean, sometimes you just can't just get one song that's a bit easier to listen to. But overall, so far, close to the end, a very challenging, interesting, intriguing record. One that I'm going to have to go back and spend more time with. And I don't know. I mean, this is why you can't really give scores at the end of first reactions. I do sometimes, just for fun, but I've no idea.
You grow, but soon as you seen red, I should've seen red shit. You already know, tried every angle, turned over every turn, every stone shit. One more to please, it just turned to my sleeves, and all I got in your feet, nigga, Geronimo. I have my arms to the sea.
Just mental.
And that's a tough pill to swallow. And I grow. And that's a tough pill to swallow. Because I'm not getting taller. Please, is there anywhere I could grow? Please. My knees. Take that, take that, take that, take that. Take my baby, baby, just take that.
Almost like a shoegaze quality to this track that, again, so much going on. Everything that you expect slightly shifts the time signature on, or it just delays the little drop, something like that. So you're constantly never quite settled into your pattern. Very difficult music in many ways, but I admire it. I definitely admire it. I've got no fucking idea. I genuinely have no idea how I feel about this record on this first listen.
I think these niggas might be lying.
Things I ain't knowing yet. Things I ain't growing in.
Oh, don't worry, you gon' grow into those, baby.
Right out the loop for sure. Hold up, shit, I'll be right back. This record's in the trash for sure. Yeah.
Shit, I can't even grow no more. Well, at least not vertically.
I mean, it just does feel like the passing of time, this sort of aching body of somebody who's aging. Listen, unfortunately, I can relate. Song doing stuff inside my mind, taking my mind to places I wasn't really expecting to go, listening to an album today. So there's definitely more than meets the eye, or perhaps more than meets the ear on this record, you know what I mean? There's a lot going on there. I think it's going to be fascinating to go back through multiple times.
These hurt 'cause I'm grown.
And that's a tough pill to swallow.
And that's a tough pill to
It's
swallow.
like a track, there's yearning in here. It's melancholy. It's pain and hope in this track. That's another one not to stick on the aux at a party unless you want to see how quickly you can get thrown out of the party. Okay, bit of warmth. Where are your different tones, chords, key?
It's really pouring. It's really pouring. Shit, we got caught by a storm and we ain't even know it. To you, this shit knee high. To him, it's to his shoulders. I see what gravity did to my pop shell. It broke me. I told my cousin that ain't him. She said, shit, I know that. I see my anchors break down. I don't know how to hold that. There's only so much two arms can truly hold me.
The mournful record, but ending on a moment of hope almost. Just listen to the way that the key is. It's a completely different tonal shift. Major chords being used here. I love how challenging this record is, man. I love this. It feels like a puzzle to unpick and unpack and get lost in. But like I say, I have no idea whether I liked it or not. That's not true. I did like it. But I have no idea whether it's something that I'm going to love over the next few years. Or whether it's just going to be shit, man. Do you remember when I tried to listen to that Injury Reserve record on video? But I'm super happy that I did it. The Uncut's on Patreon, as always. Rest in peace to Grogs. And listen, there's a reason you subscribe to the channel. If you're not, please do subscribe. Because yeah, you're going to get your Lil Nas X. Yeah, you're going to get your Kanye West, your Drake. Of course. But you're also going to get stuff like this. Views be damned. It doesn't matter. But hopefully they'll come anyway. And I'll catch you very soon. Alright, peace.